Thank you. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Janvallabha Girivardhari. Gopi Janvallabha Girivardhari. Yashoda Nandana Braj Jan Ranjana. 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 Jamuna Tira Vanchari. Yamuna Tira Vanchari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajakacharya Ashtottara Sat. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mayam Dadati Swapadantikam वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। अनर्पितचरीं चिरात् करुणयावतीर्ण कलौ समर्पयितुमुन्नतोज्ज्वलरसां स्वभक्तिश्रियं हरिः पुरटसुन्दरद्युतिकदम्बसन्दीपितः सदा हृदयकन्दरे स्फुरतु वः शचीनन्दनः हन्तायमद्रिरबला हरिदासवर्यो यद्रामकृष्णचरणस्पर्शप्रमोदः मानं तनोति सह गोगणयोस्तयोर्यत् पानीयसूयवसकन्दरकन्दमूलैः मूकं करोति वाचालम् पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। Hare Krishna. Very grateful to be given the opportunity to serve you all in this way. I'm grateful and also grateful to all of you who've come here, spending your valuable time, and we seek blessings of everybody who is present here, all the Prabhupada Anugas, because the topic is about Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada and eternal Brajvasi. So with your blessings, that's the hope that we can then glorify our Acharya in proper consciousness so that he will be pleased, and we will do some Chitta Shuddhi, the purification of our heart. We are walking around in GV and we see in many places dioramas and pictures. One beautiful picture is here. And if you go near Govardhan, here we have the holiest of the holy place called the Vaishnava Memorial. There we have pictures of all the departed Vaishnavas. Picture does something. Prabhupada would say that pictures are windows to the spiritual world. They do something. First of all, they create a sense of union with that place or the person we are viewing in the picture, isn't it? If we clicked a picture in Vrindavan, Barsana some time back, when we look at the picture, we think about, oh, I was there. Correct? But then it creates simultaneously separation also. That I am not there. We are there, but not there. That person was with us, but that person is not yet with us, isn't it? In fact, both union and separation are acting to increase the mellows of love. In union, we see the person in one place, that three-dimensional person, one place. But in separation, we see that person everywhere. Rupa Goswami writes in Padyavali, Sangama viraha vikalpe. Vikalpa means option. If you are given the option of sangam, union, or viraha, varameha viraho na sangamastasya. Better varam is viraha, not the sangam. Why? Saeva eka sange. Sa or sa, he or she, is only one during union, right? Somehow when the object is in the front, we look at that object, that three-dimensional object, that's it. But in viraha, what happens? Tribhuvanam api tanmayam virahe. The entire world becomes that person. That also happens when Sri Guru leaves the planet. In the presence, somehow we are very human way or swabhavik way directed to the vapu of the Guru, right? But when he leaves, what happens? Akhanda mandala karam yena vyaptam characharam. We start feeling that every leaf is speaking. Every tree is speaking. Every person may be speaking. So this picture does this union and separation. And this idea has been utilized by all our acharyas. Let's begin with Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami wrote plays. One of the plays, Lalit Madhav. It's a many-act play. In the Act 9 of the Lalit Madhav, they talk about Nava Vrindavan. Just like this. New Vrindavan, which is created in Dwarka, so that Krishna doesn't feel separation from the original Vrindavan while being in Dwarka. And they create a gallery of pictures there. This gallery of pictures is created by Vishwakarma. So just like Vrinda Devi controls Vrindavan, Nava Vrinda Devi controls Nava Vrindavan. And she tells to Krishna that my Guru, Vishwakarma, has created this gallery of pictures. Would you like to take a look at it? It recounts all your pastimes. Similar, right? So Krishna holds the hand of Sri Radha, who is Satyabhama here, and he takes her and they are seeing all the pictures. And through those pictures, they are feeling the emotions, and while we read, we feel that rasa. Krishna is saying, see how much trouble I'll give it to my parents. Look, I'm just running here and there, and Yashoda Mai is very anxious. Then Sri Radharani starts crying tears. Look at love of Yashoda Mai. She loves you so much. So an indication that in spiritual world, it's always appreciation, not competition. Even the competition will lead to appreciation. And so on and so forth, they keep going. When the Mathura Viraha, that pastime comes when Akrura is taking, Krishna tells, I don't want to see it. It was too painful at that time. And finally, Krishna knocks off who? Kamsa, and everybody is jubilant. That happened long time back. Not only in Krishna Leela, the same idea is utilized in Ram Leela also. Many of you would have heard the name of Kalidas, the Shakespeare of India. Or some say that. Don't say like that. He is Kalidas of West. So Kalidas, around that same time, there was another poet called Bhavabhuti. And Bhavabhuti wrote a play called Uttara Ramcharit. There also similar idea. Lakshman tells Siya and Ram that my Chitrakar Arjun has created a gallery of pictures. Would you like to see? Why not? So then they go one pastime after another. And through this they are showing character of Ram also. Because whenever some event comes in which Ram is glorified or somebody has to be criticized, Ram does not want to see it. When the episode comes that Ram had conquered over Parshuram, Ram just like, okay, let's go to another picture. And then when the pastime of mantra comes, now when the whole thing of mantra will come, naturally Kekai will also come. And if Kekai will come, naturally the whole thing of criticizing Kekai might come, but Ram doesn't want to do. He says, can we move to the next picture? In fact, in some versions of some maybe Leela, some different universe which was revealed to some poets, they said, Ram only told Kekai, you have to do a very difficult task for me. And when all the mothers come to the forest, Ram first pays obeisances not to Kaushalya or Sumitra, but Kekai. So this goes, and finally the event comes of Agni Pariksha, right? And Ram says, I don't want to see it. So in Krishna Leela pictures, then Ram Leela and Srila Prabhupada's Leela also. Who did that? His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj was there with Prabhupada on November 14, 1977, when Prabhupada wound off his earthly pastimes, and many months before that. So he held in that heart, of course, the glorious departure as well as the pain, isn't it? He wanted to rise that feeling in his heart. Yes. He wanted to elevate that feeling of the heart to a level of art, so that we who are sitting can feel that, feel about that, what they went through. So he created a play called Prabhupada Antya Leela. And in that Act 1, Tamal Krishna Maharaj is walking with his dearmost friend. Any guess who was he? Bhakti Charu Maharaj. Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, they are walking together and seeing gallery of Prabhupada's pictures. And through that they are recollecting about Prabhupada's exploits, that how he was not a sadhaka, but a Nitya Siddha. A Nitya Siddha coming from the land of Vrindavan. So they look at different pictures. One of the pictures is that Prabhupada is walking in the front and everybody is behind. So they are recorrecting. He is 3 times our age, yet we cannot catch him. Then they move to another picture in which Prabhupada is near Ras Bihari, ISKCON Juhu, correct? And Tamal Krishna Maharaj says, maybe we should name this picture as the loyal soldier. Then they come to another picture in which Prabhupada is holding, we have seen that, petals, soft rose petals he's touching, and Tamal Krishna Maharaj starts to quote a verse which is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's the original creation of the poet we talked about, Bhavabhuti. Vajrad api kathorani, kusumad mriduni api. He is stronger than the thunderbolt. He is softer than the kusum, flower. Lokottaranam chetamsi. If those who are lokuttar, if their heart, can't understand their heart. Kona vigyatum ishvaraha. Nobody can know their heart. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami translates it to say, Vaishnavera jar hriday Krishna prem korai uday tar vakya kriya mudra vigyena bhujay. It's a translation of this Sanskrit verse. And they're talking about, yeah, sometimes he's like Bengali mother, and other times he's like English general. And then they look at Prabhupada eating prasad. And then Bhakti Charu Maharaj almost melts. He says, but now he does not eat much. Likewise, the acts move forward, and finally is the November 14, 1977. I think the day after Govardhan Puja, isn't it? Where Prabhupada left the planet. Through this, what Tamal Krishna Maharaj is doing is kind of highlighting to us that some devotees are called Brajbasis because they are born in Vrindavan. They may be connected by blood to Vrindavan. Some are called Brajbasis because they live in Vrindavan. And by Brajbasi we can mean Mayapur and Puri also, and the Dham also, they are non-different. And some are called Brajbasis because they leave the body in Vrindavan. Born, live, leave. Isn't it? We cannot apply this mathematics to Srila Prabhupada and other acharyas. They're not Brijvasis because they born or live. Yes, Prabhupada lived also, which we'll see today. Or live there. But wherever they are, it's Vrindavan. Why? Because they are from Vrindavan. They are eternal Brajvasis. Where did Bhakti Tirth Maharaj decide to leave the body? Gita Nagri. Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj? Bhakti Vedanta Hospital. That is Vrindavan. In fact, if we hear about Srila Prabhupada now, we cannot not think about Vrindavan, correct? And if we hear about Vrindavan, we cannot not think about Prabhupada. It just, this is go together. However, Prabhupada won't reveal so easily about his divine ecstasies of the heart. We know some instances like he went to Atlanta and seeing the beautiful forms of Gaur Nitai, Parama Karuna Nitai, Parama Karuna, Paudvi Jana broke down. Or in Gorakhpur when he was chanting Radha Madhav, he broke down. Some instances, or if you look at Yadubar Prabhu and Mother Vishakha's following Srila Prabhupada series, so many instances because devotees are revealing the inner pastimes with Prabhupada. We feel like it's not an ordinary person, but he kept bhakti quite grounded. Isn't it? He samvaran. Sometimes they would come out, the inner feelings, but most of the time, it has to be grounded. These cannot be the verifiable symptoms of bhakti in the heart. Because we do not know what's going in the heart, isn't it? What are the verifiable symptoms? Rupa Goswami mentions about that. We know about it. Shanti, the tolerance. Manashunyata, avyartha kalatvam, not wasting time. Virakti, renunciation. Then Asha bandha samutkantha, always having hope and being eager. Nama gane sada ruchihi, always having ruchi in the nam gan. And then asaktis tad gunakhyane, eager to glorify the Lord. And finally pritis tad vasati sthale. These are verifiable symptoms. And I heard from one Prabhupada disciple that Madhvacharya gave just 2 verifiable symptoms. If you have to understand where the person is. First, determination to serve the Lord. You cannot fake it. Determination despite obstacles. And second, mukha prasad, which means whatever comes out of the mouth is only for encouragement, uplifting the person towards Krishna. So these are verifiable symptoms. So Prabhupada did the samvaran. He kind of never revealed those ecstasies. And in this whole planetary existence, indeed he is from Nitya Vrindavan, but Vrindavan and Srila Prabhupada had this hide and seek relationship while he was here. He didn't come to Vrindavan until 29 years of age. Although he's Nitya Siddha, but he came to Vrindavan only in the year 1925. He was born in 1896. And when did he come to Vrindavan? After he had met his Sri Guru in 1922, where one Ulta Danga Junction Road. It's interesting how names get modified. Ulta means opposite. Dingi means a boat. So it used to be a place where they would fish and put the boat ulta, upside down. So ulta dingi. And lo and behold, after a while it became ulta danga. Just like shatikara became, shakatikara became chatikara now. So here in Ulta Danga he met. What is this Ulta Danga place? Now it has been made into a wonderful facility by our Guru Varga. What used to be quite a normal place at that time. 1922 he met Prabhupada, correct? And in 1918 this place was purchased. I am deliberately talking about the dates because we may tend to remember 1776, the independence of US, or 5th May, Cinco de Mayo, and what else we remember. We remember so many dates, but these dates are very important for us also. So 1918, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur purchased the property. I think 50 rupees a rent. And here now, Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Srila Prabhupada, and our A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada, two strong-willed personalities are meeting. Strong-willed. We know about Bhakti Siddhanta, right? Nobody can budge him from the Siddhanta. Roar like a lion, so he was called Simha Guru. Our Srila Prabhupada was also quite strong-willed. It is said in childhood, he would sometimes, in his own Leela, again, he's from Nitya Vrindavan, but then how it plans out in the life. So he is in Kolkata and he's pesking, pesky little child. He's asking his father, can I get a toy gun? And then he's, toy gun? Toy gun? And then his father said, okay, fine. Then Prabhupada said, one for each hand. Not one, two. And he was so strong-willed that he had thought at that time he'll enter into Scottish Church College, 1916, to study English, humanities, and economics. But then he joined Gandhian movement. And he wore khadi, and in fact gave up the degree. It takes quite a lot of determination and willpower to do it. At that time where everybody is thinking, the bourgeoisie of Bengal, I don't know what's the Bhadralok, they used to call it. That's a section of society at that time who would mostly be admiring the British. And let's go to England. The Tagores. Tagores were actually Thakurs, but that also name changed to become Tagore. So they were all looking at British, but here is Srila Prabhupada, strong-willed, gives up the degree. And his friend comes, Narendra Mullik, and takes him to meet Bhakti Siddhanta Srila Prabhupada. It's quite interesting to note that we really do not hear about Narendra Mullik so much now, isn't it? Even Anatoly Ji, Anant Shanti Prabhu was taken to Srila Prabhupada by Narayan. So we don't hear about Narendra and we don't hear about Narayan. So sometimes Krishna works in this mysterious ways. Yesterday Gaurang Darshan Prabhu was saying, Adbhuta Karmanaha. Krishna does magical things. Or in scriptures a word is given to mention about the qualities of Krishna. Kartum, Akartum, Anyatha Kartum. Kartum means he can do. Akartum, he cannot do also. Anyatha Kartum, he can do something else. Like they asked Srila Prabhupada, can he make a hill which he cannot lift? First he lifted, right? So Kartum. Then Prabhupada said, yes, he can make a hill which he cannot lift, Akartum. Then Prabhupada added the third thing, and then he will lift it. So he can make a hill which he cannot lift and then he lifts it. So Kartum, Akartum, Anyatha Kartum, Sarva Samarth. He is capable. So here is Krishna sending Narendra and Narayan so that Srila Prabhupada meets Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Srila Prabhupada and Anatoly Prabhu meets Srila Prabhupada in Russia. So two strong-willed personalities meet and the instruction is given that you are an educated man, you should take the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and preach in English language in the West. Now West at that time meant quite different. Not like now, we can take quickly flights. Even like 20 years ago, you have to go to Thomas Cook to get the flight. Nowadays it's online. We can do it on our own. And today we have, due to globalization, West and East kind of very much same. In fact, they make a joke about it, that the West has a disease called Mete, M-E-T-E, more Eastern than Eastern. And sometimes they make a joke on Indians saying that we have the syndrome of Mata, more American than American. It's all blend together, but it was not at the earlier times. 1922, America after World War I wanted to be isolated from the world. That we want to increase our economy, we have nothing to do with the world. And then India was considered to be a city of place of snake charmers. Plus, it was dependent on the British. So Prabhupada had all these arguments. But finally he said, I was defeated. And in a perhaps less known letter, 28 September 1966, he wrote to a Gaudiya Math sannyasi saying that, at his first sight of me, Prabhupada is writing about his Guru Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Srila Prabhupada saw me with such, what? Love. The most powerful force in the whole universe. And it was in my very first darshan of Srila Prabhupada that I learned how to love. So Prabhupada felt defeated by love, actually. And then he comes to Vrindavan in 1925, first time. And where does he go to stay? Any guesses? He comes to Mathura and he has to go to Vrindavan. And those time Vrindavan was very, very rustic countries. Even we know about 80s and 90s Vrindavan, where we can see our legs while we were stand in Jamuna, or the Parikrama Marg would be so dusty, you went with white clothes and came with brown clothes. Imagine 1925. So some Brajbasi told him, go to Madan Mohan temple. So first time when Prabhupada comes in his earthly pastimes, he stays in Madan Mohan temple. And this Pujari who sheltered, gave him place to stay, was alive 70 years later in 1995. And Her Grace Moola Prakriti Mataji, Mother Moola Prakriti, interviewed that Pujari. And the Pujari said, yeah, no nonsense person. Prabhupada would only chant, look from the top of that Dwadash Aditya Til at Jamuna. Now sometimes when we go, it's Loi Bazaar visit is quite high up in the list. But Srila Prabhupada was just meditating on what? The instructions which has been given to him. So he didn't stay long there, maybe few days, just chanting, just meditating on Radha Madan Mohan, the Sambandh Acharya of our, Sambandh deity of our parampara, the Sanatan Goswami Samadhi. And he went back to take care of his business, because he was thinking exactly the same thing what he would write 40 years later in 1965. Correct? 1925 came to Vrindavan, 1965, what did he write in Jaladuta prayers? Krishna taba punya hobe bhai. And okay, why will Krishna be merciful? He tells that in the second verse. Shri Siddhanta Saraswati Shachi Shuta Priya Ati. It's because there is a personality backing me. I am just an instrument. I have a big, strong capital venture capitalist backing me. What we'll do? Who is he? Krishna Sebai Jara Tule Nai. I mean, nobody is able to serve the way he is able to serve. So, Sheishe Mahanta Guru Jagatera Madhe Uru. He is the Mahan Guru. Therefore, Krishna Bhakti Deya Thai. He will make sure, not I. He will make sure that Krishna Bhakti is spread in every town and village. This flavor we see from the beginning. Never Srila Prabhupada put himself in the front. And one of our acharyas, Ravindra Swarup Prabhu, calls it the greatness of the littleness. It's a littleness. Tenadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amaninina amanina manadena. These three are littleness. But then what happens? Fourth, kirtaniya sada hari. That's the greatness. So this verse is the greatness of the littleness. And Srila Prabhupada wrote this. And he was thinking the same thing in 1925. So he goes back. And the life happens, right? He's taking care of his business. But he's still very much immersed. Bhakti Pradeep Maharaj, one of his godbrother, would say, He kept chanting all the time. Before the meals, after the meals, there was a bead bag on his table. And anybody who would come to have a discussion with him, he'll just trick them into discussion about Krishna. That we can imagine, right? Avyartha kalatvan, namagane sadaruchi, asakti tad guna khyane, pritis tad vasati sthale. Then OBL Kapoor came in Allahabad, right? And OBL Kapoor ji told him that seems like you have a tonic of Krishna Prem. You're giving me tonic of some other things. Can you give me tonic of Krishna Prem? And Prabhupada said, I don't have that, but I have a formula. And the formula is greatness of the littleness. And Prabhupada then said, I will preach this formula throughout this entire world. Because he was sure that from Trinadapi to Manina Mandena, the fourth will then come. Kirtanya Sadahari. So, Prabhupada, first time 1925 in Vrindavan, and second time when did he come to Vrindavan? 32. The yatra was there, and it's there his guru told that I have marked him. Everybody goes, but he likes to hear. And immediately next year what happened? In Allahabad, now nobody would know him as Abhay Charan Day. They would know him as Abhay Charanaravindas, like that, Prabhu. Abhay Charan, Babu, Prabhu. And then again he came to Vrindavan in 1935. 25, 32, 35. But this 35 visit was a somber visit, grave. He was walking with his Guru Maharaj on the banks of Radha Kund. And his Guru Maharaj indicated a problem which he, and through him all of us, be careful about while spreading this mission. That no scarce mentality, but abundance mentality. Because Vrindavan is Vyapak, right? It expands. So how can that Vrindavan come in the heart if the heart is limited? Limited by the bhed of Swa and Para, I and you. And then you don't encroach this place, I don't encroach that place. Scarcity mentality. And his Guru Maharaj told him, Agun Jolbe, the fire in the mud, because of the scarce mentality. And he gave him the instruction, which we celebrated. If you ever get money, print books. That was also repeated next year in 1936, final letter of instruction to Prabhupada. And on 1st January 1936, his Guru Maharaj wound his pastimes. And for the next 19 years, Prabhupada did not come in his earthly Leela to Vrindavan. A lot of things were happening. Struggles. The family was not very, very cooperative. Business suffered also. Many people didn't think that he would be the person to take the message forward. But despite of all of this, Srila Prabhupada did not become bitter, with embittered feelings. Generally it can happen, right? If we have one bad relationship, we can seek bad relationship in every potential good relationship which comes across. In Hindi we call it दूध का झला छाछ को पीता ही नहीं है. Or in English we'll say once bitten, ever shy. Ever shy. But it was not Prabhupada. He was radically personalist. Because he was carrying the mantle of a sampradaya in which everything is in person. The leaf without which Krishna would not eat is from a plant, and that represents Srimati Tulsi Maharani. So radical personalism, and no wonder his pranam mantra has Nirvishesh Shunyavadi. Nirvishesh means impersonalism. Shunyavadi means a little higher version in which actually there is nothing. Nirvisheshvadi will at least say there is Brahman. Shunyavadi say no, it's all a big illusion. We have to go to zero. But how do you define that zero? That we cannot define also. Nirvishesh Shunyavadi. So Prabhupada was trying and trying. And finally, 1955, he came back to Braj Mandal, to Mathura. First he went to Delhi and started helping his godbrother to write Sajjana Toshini. And Prabhupada would have high ambitions. He would say that let's make it like, I think, New York Times Weekly or some magazine. And they would surprise that how he can nurse such big dreams. He just has 2 dhotis. In fact, we now do many courses like JOSD and DYS and many courses. Prabhupada also designed one course at that time in 1955. He paid for a newspaper ad. His biographers describe this, and he entitled the course, Learn Bhagavad Gita and Become a Strong Man. That was the course. There were no takers, unfortunately. India, I think, had to wait. So finally he decided that maybe best is to go to Vrindavan and finish the translation of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So where did he come to stay? Vamshi Gopal Temple, near Radha Raman Temple. And his daily routine was very simple, actually very austere. How Prabodhanand Saraswati describes, Bhrata Tishtha Tale Tale Vitapinam, sleeping under different tree. Maybe he was not sleeping under different tree, but it was a very simple life. And then, Grame Shu Bhiksham Atta, take beg. So he was going, collecting all the simple foodstuffs and then cooking. 1 meal a day he would cook, all the time writing. Padmanabh Goswami, who comes here many times, has come. His father, Vishwambhar Goswami, was the mayor of Vrindavan at that time. And I think it is said Vrindavan only had 1 car, the ambassador, and that belonged to the mayor. And Vishwambhar Goswami really supported our movement. And Padmanabh Goswami said that daily we would hear this sound. Chee-cha, chee-cha, chee-cha. Quite interesting sound. And they would recognize this is the sound of the rickety bicycle of Swami Maharaj. Because Swami Maharaj is making his rounds to give us Back to Godhead magazine. So he would write, he would distribute on his bicycle. And Vishwambhar Goswami would tell Padmanabh Goswami that he is a very serious person. He doesn't go to many social outings. He's just busy writing. Because he was nursing a dream. We hear about how in Butler, Pennsylvania, that bus conductor came and sat near Srila Prabhupada and just looked at him, "Who are you?" And Prabhupada tells, "I am not a poor man, you think. Many temples." Actually, he would say the similar thing in Vrindavan. His biographers recount that many Brajvasis would tell that Prabhupada then talking would say, "I have many temples." This is 1959 or 60, 5 years before he traveled to Vrindavan, to West. And they would be wondering how an old man can nurse such dreams. So Prabhupada, 55, he came to Mathura. 56, moved to Vamshi Gopal Temple. 59, he moves to Radha Damodar Temple. Vamshi Gopal Temple is very near to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Samadhi. And if we read carefully Srila Prabhupada's purports, we can find that Sridhar Swami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he harnesses their commentary so much in his translations and purports. And then when he moves to Radha Damodar, we see an example of a person who is so keen about spreading the mission, writing and doing all the things which has to be done, yet at the same time internally very absorbed. One Hirdayanand Das Babaji Maharaj, who used to stay very near next to Radha Damodar, would recall that we would hear crying sound in the evening, night, dead of the night, because Srila Prabhupada would be brooming the floors of the Samadhi, begging that he be made the instrument. Such internally absorbed. And the other time, Hridayanand Das Babaji Maharaj cleaned up the room of all the different cobwebs which were there. And Prabhupada stopped him, saying that they were the first. We are the visitors. They are two Brajvasis. At other time, a Nityananda Vamsha personality, Subal Goswami ji, came. He was a child at that time, because Prabhupada would feed all these kids at that time sweetmeats. So he came and said, Prabhupada is happily chanting and a scorpion is sitting around. So an intense sadhana kal, yet at the same time nursing a dream. A very powerful dream. Years passed, Bhagavatam finished, 1100 copies of Bhagavatam were printed. He packed up 200 copies in trunks, somehow got the ticket and the passport and all those P forms, and everything was done. And one fine day, on the doors of his room in Radha Damodar, a young boy comes. His name is Kishan Lal. Kishan Lal Sharma is there. Why is he there? Because every day either he or his father would come to give milk to Srila Prabhupada. At that time, Amuls were not there. They were home delivery. They would, even where we stay, the Madan Mohan area, even now, freshly do the milk and give it to the people. So he would come. And they would also worry, how can such an old man nurse a dream for more than 4 decades? 22 to 65. So one fine day, maybe it was July 1965, they knocked the door. Nobody was there. Why nobody was there? Because somebody told, Swami Maharaj has gone to West. So this was how Srila Prabhupada and Vrindavan had this sort of union separation. 25, 32, 35, and he came in 55, 56, stayed there for 65. That's it. No, then he came back in 1971 with his, in his own words, dancing white elephants, which now Giriraj Maharaj has sort of immortalized that event in his wonderful book. And the legacy continues, right? Udar Charitanam tu Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Vrindavan expands, it's Vyapak, it's everywhere, it's here. Some places the veil, the curtain of Maya is 2 kilometers thick, somewhere it is almost not there. And it was in the heart of Srila Prabhupada, his eternal Brajvasi. He bequeathed that to his disciples. And then Vrindavan sprang up in different parts of the world also, isn't it? Navavrajadham, Gita Nagari, New Vrindavan, Kazakhstan also, I think there is one. And here. So it is apt to conclude that if he was not there, we wouldn't have access to Sri Vrindavan Dham. And only he could do, because he is eternal Brijvasis and he is eternal Brijvasi. And how aptly one of his disciples, stalwart disciples, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, wrote a poem glorifying him. Just like how Vasudev Ghosh wrote for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he wrote in glorification of Srila Prabhupada. We know this? Jadi Prabhupada na hoito, tabe ki hoito, e jivana bahite kise. How? Nitai gaurera apar karuna, ke dite shakala deshe. Who would give the Nitai Gaur apar karuna? Nitai Gaur, because Prabhupada masses also, classes also reached everywhere. And what was the best method of doing that? Holy name, isn't it? Paschatera jata papi durachari shunyavadi mayavadi. Now this is all not only about Paschatya, this is everywhere, as we talked about. More Eastern than Eastern, more American than American. The tendency of lording over is there in all the world, in everywhere. And then Tadera uddhar karibare mana hena kona daya nidhi. He is the most compassionate. Can I borrow 2 more minutes? Huh? Okay. Tadera nikat kon jana ashi. Who comes near him? In doing what? Bilaita Hari Nama, in distributing the holy name. That's the main mechanism. What does that holy name do? Sabhya Jiva Rupe Gadite Tadera. It does this. It creates that Sanskriti, which we have forgotten, to turn towards Krishna, from Bahirmukh to Sanmukh. Ke hoite aguyan. Now, along with the Harinam, Srila Prabhupada also knew that Pancharatra Vidhi has to be given as well, isn't it? 2 tracks. So, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj is writing, Deshe Deshe Hari Vigra Seva. In all that is Hari Vigra Seva. Arati Ratri Dine. If we have to prove this statement, we just have to log in at mayapur.tv. Arati Ratri Dine. Rath Yatra Di Mahotsav Shab Shikhaita Kon Jane. Who taught us Rath Yatra Mahotsav? Then, so that all this is stable, Gita, Bhagavata, Chaitanya Charita, Premamrita Rasasar. Because without the books, there cannot be any basis. Books are the basis. And then Katana Sundara Sharala Koriya, he made it Sharal. Simple, flowing, digestible. Ke bhuja ite yar, who would have done so? Was it easy? Kata kasta sahi pritamana rahi. He was holding the love in the heart while going through all the difficulties. Kevadita Harinam Kedite Modera Puri Brindavan Mayapur Mata Dham. Eternal Brijvasi, so he gave us Modera, happily, happily, Brindavan. Finally, he did all this because he wanted to fulfill the prophecy of whom? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Parama Mangala Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhura Shikha Dhana Achare Prachare Sada Amadere Ke Korite Niyojana. Who would Niyojan? Niyukta, Niyunjatopi in Achar and Prachar. So we conclude with His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj's prayer, which is actually all our prayers. Prema kalpataru netai gaurera kripa karna labhi bare. Even one mustard of grace can flood the entire universe. Niravadhi jaya Pataka hridaya tomara sharana kore. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much. Forgive me, 5 minutes over time. I think we started also quite over time. Thank you. I don't know, whatever you order me, questions, suggestions, comments, reflections, corrections. Rupa Raghunath Prabhu and Gaurang Darshan Prabhu. Rasik. Okay, so we end here. Yes, Gaur Nataraj Prabhu. Gaur Naam Prabhu. Maybe they volunteered you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Very enlightening, Miss. Here, Prabhupada in connection with Vrindavan. What are all the times he spent there? and how he is like connection with Vrindavan and how he spread very like it is very enlivening to see in that angle. So mm, so yeah, I was just thinking that this aspect like seeing from the like eternal like comparing with the 9 qualities like Asha Bandha, how you have compared by that reliable symptoms we can understand
Verifiable symptoms.
verifiable symptoms and yeah, there are many other instances also where his bhava has come.
Yes.
That is what he is like kind of hiding. So like many times we see from generally acharyas earlier life they see we means we cannot recognize only after some time. Even Bhakti Vinod Thakur life also if we see. How do we like in general like Prabhupada you have mentioned these symptoms like that, but if for ordinary persons it will are generally it is very difficult to identify. How do we see those material like birth and growth? How to just
Krishna likes to keep it that way in almost all our acharyas, and he wants to keep bhakti very grounded also, so that we focus on the essence and not the magic and the magic and the other miracles part. Those also happen. Almost all our acharyas. And how to understand them, I think we can understand from those who have understood them. Because they can reveal that, look, those things which Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur are doing, why they are doing what they are doing. And our hope is to cultivate our heart, render it better and better with the passing years so that we can perhaps understand them better and better, their mood and mission. It's actually an ongoing process. So through those who have understood them. And we are so very grateful. The books about Srila Prabhupada are just not stopping to come. In fact, recently we are part of a scholarly list, and His Holiness Krishna Kshetra Maharaj is compiling all the books which are written about Prabhupada. I mean, at least the list, and utilizing I think the topic of the research is the living biography or something like that, beyond winding up the earthly pastime. So how many books are there? And then in the email he said, if there are other books also, please mention. And email after email is coming. Oh, you forgot this book, you forgot that book. Actually, we are very fortunate because from different devotees' angle, we kind of get different perspective. And thankfully, we were in an age in which there were data available, interviews were there, recordings were there. Unlike the times of like Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, there's a dispute about their birth also. Which years they were born. It's very not clear. But here we have, with Srila Prabhupada, so many biographies. So yes, best is one of the ways we can take shelter of them and try to understand. But then best would be to those who have understood, our Guru Varga, our seniors, like that. And sometimes if there is a confusion, which can happen, our intellects and minds are quite interesting personalities on their own, I think we can park the judgment. It will reveal. Many things are, as they say, state process. As the state of purification, different states of purification come, and those higher states of purification, many unresolved things become resolved on its own. And that's the mysticism of bhakti. If it was only formulas, as we were yesterday discussing, that X course, Y course, Z course, and then we get bhakti, like it's an outcome, then bhakti becomes dependent on these processes. Radha and Krishna award bhakti, it's a descending process, but we render ourselves fit to hold the mercy which is coming. So we can try our best, then we inquire from the rest, the others, and if doubt, we park it for the future. Time will reveal. Does that make sense? Okay. Any other question, thoughts, reflection, comments?
So, just final, Prabhuji, just brief introductions. Harivamsha Prabhu is a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. He has done his engineering in IIT Mumbai. Then he went abroad, Stanford. He completed his postgrad and PhD. And the amazing thing I just wanted to speak is now he is based in Vrindavan. Actually, he stays, his family and everyone stays next to Madan Mohan and Bankya Bihari Mandir. So what he was talking, actually, he is actually experiencing every day.
I hope with your prayers.
So Prabhuji is personally staying there, and now he's dedicated more time to his research, writing books, and studying Bhagavatam and other scriptures. So let us thank him for his hearty class and giving a very fresh, new, and deep perspective
Hare
of
Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada
Yeah, thank you.
by loudly chanting 3 times.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Man Mandir ki jai.